We are Steve and Jill. Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. I'm Steve and Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, and this is the Land Academy Show.
Episode number 2082, and today the topic is, we're going to talk about real estate agents and the real estate service industry as one of your career options in real estate today with vigor. I love talking about real estate agents.
Dude, calm down. I know you're excited.
All week, we're talking about your career choices in real estate.
Yeah.
And today, which is Thursday, we're going to talk about the service industry in general and all the career choices and the people that are involved in completing real estate deals, managing real estate after it's been rented out. And there's all kinds of options for you.
Tons.
Where you can really add some value, all kidding aside. The people who are good at it really add value to the people who are the stakeholders. Here's the thing about this. All the people in the service industry have chosen, probably subconsciously, most of them, to not be a stakeholder or a shareholder or an owner, / risk taker. It does not take any money, any real money compared to being an owner.
True.
To be a real estate agent or a mortgage broker or a lender or a title agent or a property manager or a janitor. It takes you showing up with a resume saying, please hire me, give me your money. I would like to stand in the way and get in the way of you effectively doing a real estate deal. Unless you perceive my participation with some value, which is almost never the case. Unless you're a janitor, we all appreciate you.
What the heck? Oh my goodness.
How can we do a show about real estate agents without ranting?
I know. It's kind of funny. Where are my choices, Mom and Dad? I'm going to be a janitor or a real estate agent? Janitor.
I did a deal a long time ago.
It is good. I mean, we're not poo-pooing it. That's a good,
Here's
solid.
An anecdotal story before we take the question.
Yeah.
I lived across the street. We were really young. We had the tiny little babies, and all of us in this one street where we raised our kids for the first few years of their lives. And one of the guys across the street was a mortgage broker, and I love this guy. We had a great relationship. We were really young dads. We were out playing with the kids when everybody got home all the time. So there came, because we obviously at some point found out what each other do for a living, and he told me all about being a mortgage broker, like over beer, but the reality of it. And he was always trying to get us a better rate. Oh. But really what he was doing is finding a bank that would pay him the most to originate a loan.
Noted. So
he was getting in the way of my effective success, in whether it's primary residence or anything. So that's really what, in my opinion, if you talk to a property manager, if you have a bunch of apartments, they're going to tell you why they're the best in the industry to manage those properties. And
True.
Fraud is rampant. It's just rampant with rental property managers because they're collecting the rent.
And
Imagine you have a 100-unit apartment building and it's $2,000 a unit. They're collecting all this revenue for you and convincing you the whole time that they are necessary, because without them, you could never collect that amount of rent.
True.
It's a full-time job, and maybe they're right. So they actually convince you to collect the rent. Now they have control of the money.
Right. They tell you who paid and didn't pay.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every month,
trusting.
hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so it takes a very special type of person, and I mean this, to keep their hands out of that pot and correctly account for all of it.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Yeah, I'll leave that at that.
Thank you.
Each day on the show, we answer a question from our Land Academy member Discord forum and take a deep dive into land-related topics by popular request.
Okay, Zeb wrote, "Hi all. How much time do you spend on deciding if you will buy the property when the signed purchase agreement or seller's response, yes, comes back from the mail?" Want me to go?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I just talked about this yesterday, as a matter of fact, in Career Path, I talked about due diligence phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is quickly the 8 A's, and I'll tell you right now, Zeb, I'm 5 minutes. If you're brand new, I'm going to say 15 to 30 minutes on a deal. And you're going to keep getting better and better and better at it, because you're going to look at it and go, access, check, attribute, check, all the A's that you know. Now, once it passes that, say I had 10 phone calls this week or 10 purchase agreements, 10 people are interested and we have a number. I go through all 10. Me personally, I spend 5 minutes on those 10, so less than an hour. Now, 2 of them pass my test. I'm like, you know what? Now I'm going to dig into these 2. Now I'm going to revert to phase 2 due diligence, which is now I'm trying to find something wrong with them. Like, all right, does it all check out? I think these are good to go. Let's make it really double check the math. Let me really double check the zoning and make sure it can do what I think it can do. Let me really double check everybody's alive and I can really buy this thing, and really double check that the price is good. Like I made a good decision. I still want it. Wow, look what's going on in the area. Boy, do I want it. And hopefully one or both of those are going to go be, yes. And those are going to be like, I need to hurry up and open escrow because I don't want to change their mind and just get them purchased. Your turn.
My question yesterday when we were talking about due diligence to career path is, who here enjoys due diligence? And no one raised their hand except Jill.
I know. Because for me, that's when the deal happens. I see it. I know it. I'm like, woo, this is good. I love it. I approve it. We get a bot.
The reason that people don't like due diligence, this is my opinion.
Yeah, why?
Is because they in the back of their head and deep in their soul, they don't have the confidence that Jill has in the decision that they're ultimately making, whether it's to buy it or not buy it. They think that they've missed something.
Got it.
And I do not. I know. This is the difference. I know that I missed something. But I'm buying it so cheap, I don't care.
Right.
So if you buy a property that's where you believe is a retail $100,000 a piece of land for 20 grand, and a bunch of stuff really goes wrong, you sell it for 40 at a deep, deep discount. And I built an entire business and a career on that level of lack of due diligence, let's call it.
I think people are afraid of it too because they don't have the experience yet. But fortunately for them, we do. And fortunately for you, you can ask us every Thursday. So that's one of the nice things, and I wish I had that myself. I'm sure I was nervous back then, but I didn't know how not to be. I'm like, you know what? Whatever it is, I'm going to make it work. And usually it was, I had number one, and price. Too. And then it didn't take long. After 3 deals in the area, I know what I'm doing, and I know what's a good one, and I know what's not a good one.
After doing 100 transactions and not getting burned, having it work out how you want, you start to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And now I use 100 as an arbitrary number. For some people, it's 10. For some people, it never happens.
True. That's sad.
Due diligence is a massive reason, I believe, that people stay out of this business.
They get hung up there. I think a lot of people are afraid. They can't even get, so I think the mail doesn't even get out because they got to answer the phone, and then they got to make the decision, and then they got to buy something. And that, for some people, is scary. Not for me.
Not for me.
Nope, not for us.
I look at due diligence as kind of a pain in the butt, and it kills more deals than it should. Because if you review a transaction,
True. I know I do
due diligence longer than you should, at some point you're going to kill a deal.
Oh yeah, you keep digging, you'll find something.
Every single deal. I don't. If they're primary residence, if you don't like the way that the kitchen table is set up,
right.
I'm not going to buy it.
It's north-south facing, not east-west facing. Can't buy it. Really? That's what you're going to go with.
The only thing Jill and I ever look at now, and we didn't start out this way, but all I look at is the money. I could care less about everything else.
True.
Everything. I want to know that it's so cheap we can't lose.
Right.
And then I'll buy it, whether it's the greatest thing in the world or the worst asset ever. And we have both in our portfolio right
yes,
now.
We do.
It's all about the money.
That's right.
Today's topic, we're going to talk about real estate agents and the real estate industry in general.
Excuse me, I'm looking for my helmet.
This world is packed full of people in the real estate service industry that want a piece of your real estate transaction. Right from the beginning, there's real estate agents that want 6% of your real estate deal, whether you're on the buy or the sell side. So let's eliminate them. It's done. We're going to send out a mailer. We're going to talk to sellers directly. No real estate agents involved.
Correct.
The world is packed full of all kinds of people in the financing industry. There's two types of people that lend money. There's tertiary debt and secured debt. Credit card people have unsecured debt, tertiary debt. They love to issue it. They love to charge you as much as the law will allow. Why? Because it's risky. There's nothing except the person that is, backing the loan that you're making. With real estate, you get the actual piece of real estate as collateral or backing, plus the person who's loaning the money is on the hook most of the time, unless it's a non-recourse loan. So people love to lend money on real estate and lend as much as possible. And then people who are mortgage originators, mortgage brokers, love to do it too because they get paid up front, all kinds of money, huge amounts of money up front to originate a real estate loan. They get paid by the actual lender. They want a piece of your real estate deal. Great, I'm going to eliminate them. I send the mail out. The seller calls me and says, yes, I want to sell my land to you. Great, I want to buy it. And we are going to pay cash.
I like this game.
No more lenders.
Keep going.
No more real estate agents.
Who's closing the deal?
If you want to do it real fast, like this week, I can get you a cashier's check. There's a notary that's going to show up. No more title agents or escrow agents.
There you go.
Scratch.
You can take that out.
I literally wrote this on a bar napkin, I don't know how many years ago. I was so tired of flipping nursing homes, and as an acquisition person, there's everybody. There's so many people involved. The federal government, the state government had to sign off on it. Everybody was involved, and I finally just philosophically looked at the bottom of a Scotch glass and tried to figure out how to get everybody uninvolved, and this is the model I came up with.
You did well. You did great. Keep going. We own it now. Now we got to sell it.
Yep. Well, that's what Facebook Marketplace is for.
Yeah.
Or any other places on the internet, like a fixed price MLS company, where now on the sell side,
I don't have an agent.
Because all kinds of real estate agents want to get involved in that. They want 6% of your real estate deal.
True.
Nope. We're going
Take
to sell
that
it
out,
ourselves.
sell it ourselves.
So now you're left with a buyer and a seller. And on the sell side, you're the seller with the new buyer.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's lovely. It makes me happy. That's my warm and fuzzy thing.
If you look at it, just go on to Indeed or anywhere else where there's people that are hiring for new employees, the real estate industry is packed, just packed full of opportunities to manage real estate. It's just all, they all have one thing in common. It doesn't cost anything to get in, and it's a job.
I'm trying to think, can you think of one thing that you eliminated that is really, really necessary?
No. You need title insurance, but that's only if
you have a lender.
And that's we got juked there, all of us.
True.
Title insurance is a like most insurance is a sham.
Yeah.
Title insurance in particular as a insurance product is a joke.
Collecting on a title insurance policy because they made a mistake is harder, I'm going to argue, than getting, like, you got in a car accident and getting from your automobile insurance. They will pay. The other guys, good luck. Yeah.
So I'm not knocking it completely because it's a huge employer.
You know what's interesting though? I'm not meaning to poo-poo people and all this, but all this stuff I could do myself.
Yeah.
I could do all the checking that they do, and I could write my own little thing, and I'll put a sticky note on the deed and say, hey Jack, I'll guarantee everything I find I stand behind.
What it is,
just like a title insurance policy.
What it really is, and all kidding aside, is a great way for somebody who wants to get in the real estate industry as an investor like us to learn. So someone's going to pay you theoretically as a real estate agent or a property manager or whatever else is involved, an escrow agent, to learn. That's great, because in the back of your head you're sitting there saying, I'm learning, I'm going to give myself, I did this, I'm going to give myself 2 years as a commercial real estate broker to learn so that I can be on the other end of the phone.
That makes sense.
I want to own stuff, but I'm completely broke because I'm 22 years old.
Correct. That's good. Maybe a title agent. That would be another thing too. I'm going to watch how these deals get done. I'm going to learn everything about it and watch how much money these people are making because I see it, and then I'm going to go do it myself.
Yep.
I see how they got the funding. Look, this guy put up the dough for this guy. I didn't know that was possible. Now I can go do it myself. That would be great.
This is all going to change. The technology piece, and I'll end on this. The technology piece is banging on the service industry's door, the real estate service industry's door with blockchain. And several years ago,
Yes.
Microsoft set out to change the way people buy and sell houses. Because it's a joke how much money real estate agents and everybody makes. It's a joke that 10%, almost 10% of the real estate deal that you do, let's say it's a primary residence, goes to other people. We don't need that. Maybe a lot of years ago we did, when we had no access to the properties that were for sale and you had to drive around and look for signs. That's all. You could make an argument for that, but that's just not the case anymore.
Right.
Join us tomorrow, Friday, where we discuss how to make money in construction, specifically modern construction, in the construction industry. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
We are Jack and Jill.
Information
And inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.